Hey y'all, what's good? This is your girl Nikki, aka the Bayou Chick, and I'm back with another video. And this one was inspired by Louisiana garden family. He mentioned that he is in the works of building a high tunnel for his family and for his crop production. And he mentioned how he was sourcing funding to help subsidize the cost of building this high tunnel. And he hasn't disclosed as of yet the exact resources that he's using. He's going to wait until he has it built and then he's going to share. So I was prompted to basically just research it. That's me. I like to inquire about things and find out, about different things. I'm kind of like that, like a little research queen. And so I was looking on the USDA's website and I found information about the EQIP program. And EQIP stands for Environmental Quality Incentives Program, EQIP. And part of that is part of the Farm Bill. And he did mention that in his video. And it's a subsidy where basically they offer technical support and financial support, and it's based upon your income also. So like you have to meet your AGI has to be within a certain range. So there are poverty income guide levels that are set by the state every year. And so I'm thinking it's probably going to be something like if you fall within those within that guideline, it will determine how much you get. Now they do accept applications year round, but the amount that you receive will vary by state, because I'm assuming some states need more high tunnels than others. There's a need for it because as of 2009, the last count, when I went on the USDA's website, there are less than 10,000 high tunnels in the US, which really surprised me. And I'm gonna read it off to you. The top 5 states with high tunnels in the US: Missouri has 542, Alaska 513, Michigan 473, Kentucky 427, and Wisconsin 412. And the reason why people get these high tunnels is so that they can get a jump start on their crop production, because it helps keep the frost off of the plants. It's just so you can get your crop production done ahead of time. So it's not like you have to actually put these crops in the ground. You can't have like raised gardens under these high tunnels. It also helps with like the soil erosion. It also helps cut down on the transporting pesticides from state to state. So those are some of the reasons why they are incentivizing people building these high tunnels. And so it will depend on what state you're in, I guess, as far as the funding. And what I'm thinking also is the AGI, because part of the application that I printed off, it's really short. It's a really short and easy application. I'm going to show you. It's only about 4 pages that you really fill out, and part of that, it does ask you, I guess they're going to want like some income information from you. So I guess if you're filthy rich, they're going to be like, no, you can pay for your own. And what they do is they provide technical support. I think they might even send somebody out to either build it for you, and that would actually probably reduce the amount of money that you get back versus if you built it yourself. So think about it from this aspect. Okay, so like I was an Army wife. If you moved if they moved you from state to state, if they pay for a moving company to come and move you, you didn't really pay for anything. But if you moved you packed your own stuff, moved your own stuff, they would cut you a check. Once you weighed everything, they would cut you a check to say, okay, you know what, we're going to reimburse you for what you spent as far as your time and your labor. So I'm thinking it might go along something similar to those lines. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how they kind of reimburse you so like if you spend your money buying getting like resource lumber and pallets, and you end up using that lumber to help build your high tunnel, that's saving you money on the back end, because they're still going to provide you a certain amount, but that's money you did not have to spend. You might spend money just on the covering and maybe just on the some frames, but for the most part you saved money because you got most of those materials for free. So you would come out making money on the high tunnel versus spending money. So I think it just depends on the way you go about it. And you also have to be registered with the USDA, which I went and did that process. It's a few steps with that. Now, my family they're already registered with the USDA, but I needed this for myself. And it also, let me go over this application with you. Let me turn this camera around and let me see, y'all. If I can turn this around. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Sorry, y'all. I'm not very, very savvy with this, but I'm gonna show you. I wish I could turn it around, but I can't. Okay, so here is the application. You see up here the USDA, the NRCS, Natural Resources Conservation Service. And so it's the application. You name your address, your email, everything's up here at the top. Then it asks you, do you have farm records established with the appropriate USDA Service Center agency? And basically, you just go online, you register. You can go in. You can actually go in and talk with an agent. Where I live, there's about 3 different agencies that I can go to talk with somebody, because you also have to establish farm records, get that started. Then this is the program I was mentioning to you, EQIP. And depends on how you're applying. Like for me, I would put that I'm applying as an individual. So like for instance, my family, theirs would not be an individual. Ours would have been a joint operation, a general partnership. That's why I said I had to set up my own separate account. So yours may be different if you're an individual entity or a joint operation. The second page, it does ask you, is the land being offered for enrollment used for crop, forest related, or livestock production? So like for instance, if I was going to grow herbs, I would do crop production. If you were going to have animals, it would be livestock, like cattle, or whatever you were going to do, goats, or the land offered under the application is, for me, I would check private land. You certify that certification of control of the land offered under the application is evidenced by, and mine would have been deed or other evidence of land ownership. You may, if you're leasing the land from someone, it would be written lease, the other agreement, if it's a verbal agreement, or and like I said, the USDA agent can help you figure out the best choice for you with that. Is this land offered under this application enrolls in any other conservation program? Because there are several other programs, and I'm going back to the first page just to show you there are other programs that are available. That's what they're asking about there. And then also it's saying, do you meet any of the criteria for any of the following categories? Now for me, being African American, I could go with socially disadvantaged farmer or rancher. If you're a new farmer, you could do beginning farmer or rancher, limited resource farmer. If you're a Army vet, you could even go with the veteran farmer, or not applicable if none of them apply to you. And then there's also the page that kind of breaks down and it explains what each of these descriptions mean. Like if you're socially disadvantaged, it's American Indian, Asian, Black or African Americans, Native Hawaiian, Hispanic, veteran farmer, served in the active military, so forth and so on. That's that page. And then you sign this one here, and you just agree to this. But this is like a grant, this is not a loan, so you don't have to repay any of this. So it doesn't hurt anything to check it out, to see if you qualify, to see if you meet the income guidelines, to help save you some money. And another thing that I wanted to tell you, I wanted to share with you real quick. Let's see, it says the applications will be, applications will be accepted for all eligible lands and persons. Just because they accept it doesn't mean you'll be approved, but they will accept it for cropland and hayland, rangeland, pasture land, non-industrial private forest land, other farm or ranch lands. And I already mentioned to you the eligible people. And you just gotta, have, control of the land, or have an agreement. And you have, this is what I was telling you about. You have to meet the AGI, the adjusted gross income and payment limitation provisions. And the land has to be in compliance with highly erodible land and wetland conservation requirements. So the USDA agent can also talk to you about that. One of the things, this last little part, evaluating your application. Once you turn it in, then once your application has been filed and both you and your land are determined to be eligible for the EQIP, the local conservation planner will have a one-on-one consultation with you to evaluate the current condition of the natural resource conditions or concerns on your land. Now, I think that's more valuable than anything, because even if they deny you, just the fact that you will have a person out there to look at your land and to actually give you some expert advice on what they think, that's worth money in the bank. So I say, even if they denied you, just what they tell you, you can use that and use it, to your advantage. And it can't do anything but help you. So I say go for it, to apply for it. Hopefully you'll get approved. Let me know what you think, if you know anybody who's been approved for it, how it worked for them. So just come back and just share information, y'all. But that's what I've learned so far on this EQIP program. You can go online and register, and I'm going to post a link to where I received this information. And I hope it works out for y'all. All right, talk to you later. Bye.